Many of my fellow graduates from the High School of Music and Art wound up in cartooning or illustration, and of course there were a great number who wound up as fine artists, doing portraits and work of that sort. I think we all regarded illustration as the elite form of commercial art. We didn't regard comic books as being an elite form of art, but it was a quick buck. I mean, you could write a story or get a script and illustrate it, and you got paid on the barrelhead. Illustration, however, was pretty heavily controlled by the top illustrators like Norman Rockwell and all of those beneath Norman Rockwell. But so breaking into illustration was formidable, and some did, but not very many. And when you ran low on money, and you ran into a fellow graduate from the Music and Art High School, you got a tip-off and said, hey, go down and see Will Eisner. That's how I got my first cartooning job. Go see Will Eisner. He's assembling a staff. And I quick made a sample up and brought it to him, and he hired me. He hired me for $10 a week, which, throwing around numbers that are 70 years old, may give a wrong impression. I think adjusted for inflation, $10 a week would probably come out to maybe $80 a week, or in today's money, or maybe more even. So, I mean, a subway ride to work was 5 cents. Lunch was 10 cents. So $10 a week was just fine. I was very happy, and through Will Eisner was a genius, and through his cartooning studio, some of the best people, Jules Feiffer worked there, Joe Kubert, a big name in cartooning. Some of really the best cartoonists of later years were graduates of the Will Eisner studio. So, and when I left the Will Eisner studio, I ran into another former classmate who said, what are you doing now? I said, I don't know, marching around with my portfolio looking for work. And he said, go see Chad Grothkopf. He needs a penciler. I went there, I immediately got work, and from there I went to Stan Lee and immediately got work. So, that's how you, what's that called when there's that interconnection?
These days, people talk about networking, right?
Networking.
Yeah.
It was a sort of network, a loose, very loose networking. You heard of somebody who needs a cartoonist, go see him, and it worked.